Hello, my loves, and welcome to day 4 of the expansion accelerator. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but I feel like we are barely scratching the surface. We're only in the first 4 days, and we've already touched on so many incredible life-changing tools and concepts, and the way that you are all taking this information and applying it into your energy expanders and your super simple action steps is incredible, so extraordinary. I am celebrating every single one of you. Take a moment, if you can, place your hand over your heart just as a way to celebrate and acknowledge yourself. So, yesterday we talked about something called conscious reality creation, and there's multiple layers to that, but one of the simplest and also most powerful things to realize is this cycle that's always at play. It's called TFAR is the acronym, right? So thoughts and beliefs inform our feelings and emotions. And also, just so you know, our feelings and emotions can also inform our thoughts and beliefs. So it's sort of this back and forth that we do between our head and our heart. And then from there, that then informs what kind of actions we take, or maybe the actions that we don't take. And then, of course, based on the actions we take or we don't take, that then determines our results and where we end up. So whether we like it or not, this is something that is always happening. And so yesterday was all about getting clear on the new beliefs and thoughts you want to adopt. And I've been able to read so many of yours, and they are so good. I'm going to borrow some of yours and add them to my list as well. And this week, we were also talking about what you're choosing. And so we've spent a good amount of time, and we're going to continue to come back to these two things again and again because they're so powerful in terms of thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and emotions. We're not done just yet, but I feel like we've covered it enough to where today is going to be really powerful and you're going to get it. So today is all about actions, aligned actions. And you don't even necessarily have to take any of these actions today. But what I want to invite you to do, what I want to invite you to notice is that when you're operating from an elevated head space and an elevated heart space through the kind of work that we've been doing together so far this week, you're going to think about things differently. You're going to be more inspired. There's going to be, like, quite literally an expanded lens through which you view yourself, your life, and what is possible. And so I want to invite you today to make a list of 5 to 10 aligned actions. Actions that you feel inspired and divinely guided to take from this new elevated vantage point. When you have the belief that anything is possible, when you have the belief that you cannot fail, there's no such thing as failure, when you have the belief that you're destined for greatness, when you have the belief that what you seek is also seeking you, do you notice how that feels in your body? There's going to be a new level of courage when it comes to the kinds of actions you're willing to take, the kinds of choices you're going to make, where you're going to step, and the direction that you feel called to go in. So today, I want you to make a list, like I said, of 5 to 10 aligned actions. And this list might include 1 or 2 things that you want to and can do today. Maybe it's picking up the phone and making a really important, expansive phone call. Maybe it's reaching out to a dreamy client. Maybe it's having an in-person conversation that you've been putting off and now you realize this is the time. But what also might be on your list are things that you're going to do over the next month, the next 90 days, or even something big that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months. Like maybe you're like, this version of me is for sure going to have a YouTube channel or a podcast. That's an action I'm going to take. That's something that I'm going to have out into the world in the next 12 months. And one thing that I can do today or this week towards that is, fill in the blank. Maybe it's doing a little bit of research. Maybe it's reaching out to someone to help you. So in summary, a list of 5 to 10 aligned actions. And this can be things connected to your personal life, your business, your career, your health, your finances. But I want you to think really big. I want you to let yourself get really expanded of in this energy of knowing that you're supported, knowing what you're made for, knowing what you're meant for, knowing what's possible. What kind of actions does that version of you take? So your expander and daily SAS is literally just to make the list, and bonus points if you actually take one of these actions.